Hello YouTube, welcome to the dojo, you're Samurai Man, and today we have the perfect effects, let's see, combiner upgrade setup, purple version and black version, PC-02 and PC-01. I don't know why I did it backwards, but I did. So yes, this is an add-on kit for the Combiner Wars, combiners. For that way you can have proper hands and legs, or proper hands and feet, if you didn't feel that the hands and feet that Hasbro gave you were quite up to stuff. This is here to help out. So very nicely done. They also do turn to weapons, which is cool. So you have hands, feet, and weapons, just like the Hasbro versions. I don't usually show off the boxes, but this is a very basic kit. It's nothing really too spectacular, so I figured, why not? It's not going to be much to say anyway. I mean, they're hands and feet. You know what they do. You know how they function. But there you go. Here's the box. Instructions are on the back of the box. That's pretty much it. One's purple. One's black. So obviously one's for Menasor, the other one was for Superion, but I bought an extra kit, so that way it will go towards my Defensor. So there you go, I'm going to go ahead and open them up and we'll just get started. So here are the hands and feet. You can see they're very nice in size for what you can see so far. Nothing really to compare them to yet, but there they are. Very solid looking feet, very nice looking hands. So there you go, nothing too abstruse about them, or obtruse or whatever I'm trying to say, not really sure. But what I'm saying is nothing's really getting in the way. You don't have extra bits and such to really get in the way. They are just hands and they are just feet. But they do give you an alteration. So we'll start with the hands. On the first set that I bought, the combination piece right here, what was holding it together, is there's a little tab, a small little tab that goes into, if you can really see, there's a small tab there that'll hold onto the tab hole here because you want to flip this around here on this hinge. Now on the first set I got, the first hand I used, this joint was super stiff, and when I tried to do it, it totally just snapped. I could not get it because you have to kind of, I really don't like the way they do this because you kind of have to pull up and out, but I mean this hinge just goes out, so it's a very minor stress, but because it was so tight, doing that made it snap right off, and this just totally snapped. So I did have to buy an extra kit. So I do have just like an extra set of hands and feet and just one useless hand. It's just broken in half. But yeah, so just be careful about that. But you want to bring it up like this. And then we're going to take this here. There's a little, what's it called? Grip, I guess. The handle for the gun. Bring that up like that. Hopefully you can see. I don't know. There you go. And then what you want to do is take these two fingers here and fold them forward. Kind of want to have them going over. Because you want to kind of have them like these two things, kind of the barrels, I guess. You want to have them kind of facing forward. I know it's very hard to see because it's all black on black, so I apologize, but I'm doing my darndest. But there you go. Then you take this. Actually, no, I have it. Do I have it right? You want to have it like that? And then, no, that looks right. I believe so. Or do you want to have it like this? You might want to have it like this, actually. I think you want the thumb like this. Or do you want to have it like... No, yeah, you want the thumb like this. There you go. So now you have it done. So you want the thumb like that. And you want the fingers like that and orchestrated in this type of fashion. So that's how you want the blasters to be, the rifle. And that's not a bad looking double barrel rifle. That's pretty cool. It is just a hand flipped around and such. You look at it from this angle, it's a bit of a mess. There's more jointage going on. But still not bad. From the front, it looks pretty cool as well. You kind of got like the top sight there. You got like two extra barrels on the side. So not bad. Next up, we'll take the foot, split it in half just to start with. Take this back bit here, and it's on a hinge. You can see you want to bring this around, and then what you want to do is take this here, this little bit, it's on a hinge, and then fold it downward. And there you go. Now you got like this giant Gatling gun. If you want to like flip out this handle here, you can do that. And I haven't really posed any figures with this, so I'm not exactly sure on how it should be held. There is a couple different pegs you can use. You've got that one here I just showed off, and then there's another one down here. You can see there's two right there right off the bat, but it's a very nice Gatling gun. That does look really cool. And then you kind of just have this chunk hanging off. I'm not really sure. I think this is supposed to be maybe a sight or something, a laser sight, just to get a better aim. Not really sure, but that's how that works. So you have the gun, and you have the Gatling gun and the little rifle. And you can do that with both sets. You've got a total of 2 rifles with the hands, and then you have a total of 4 Gatling guns with the the feet. So that's really cool that you get like a decent amount of weapons actually. So altogether that's 6 weapons because there is 6 figures. So very nice that they did that. Maybe, let me see. I'm going to see if maybe you can combine these into one giant set of Gatling guns. But it doesn't look like it works that way. Nah, because these pegs don't have any peg holes to go with. So, yeah, you kind of just have two separate Gatling guns. But that's cool. Let's go and show them off with the figures. So here we have the little rifle hand weapon with our Alpha Bravo. And just to show off how it would look, just go ahead and peg it into his hand. And then I will say the peg is a much better size than the actual weapons because that slides in very easily. It's not loose, but it goes in very smooth. So I do like that. And as you can see, it's not a bad looking rifle. That actually looks really cool. So I do think this is a nice little add-on kit as far as weapons go. If you didn't like the weapons they came with, this definitely helps out, especially with the Stunticon team. If you really didn't like those pipes and such, these are really cool looking rifles. That looks so awesome. So not bad. Then we'll go ahead and bring in the Gatling gun, and if you want, you can have it like this. You see if I can get it. This peg hole is a bit harder to get to, or this peg. It's a little bit more solid. And then I want to say maybe you're supposed to have it now, because this looks awkward. So I think I just have it backwards. Maybe it's just supposed to go on the other hand. So let's try it like that, because that did look a bit awkward. Maybe you want to do it like this. Maybe this would look better. I'm trying to get like a double-handed position, but I'm not seeing how you can get this in a double-handed position. Oh, there we go, there you go. So you can do it like that, and then we'll rotate. I think this should work. I don't know. It might not work just because of the way the articulation is with the figure. But I was hoping I could rotate it like this and then bring it in. Yeah, see, it's too big to go with the like that. And then I want to use this side peg here and then get him to hold it. But it's not really going to work. But you can still have him hold it like this, and that doesn't look bad. It's a very large weapon. Maybe you want to have it shoulder mounted, something like that. You can maybe kind of make it look like he's holding it like that. Yeah, it's just kind of big. Maybe this is more made for Silverbolt. I'm assuming, but that's how that is. Let's see. Maybe I can hold it underhand. Oops. If I can find it. Oh, you know what? No, not with this guy at least. Not with Alpha Bravo. It's not going to go underhanded because it's being covered. So, kind of a bad example. But if you want to do underhanded, I'm sure it would look something to this degree, and that would not look bad. Underhanded, I'm sure would look a lot better. So that's how that is. Nothing too crazy. We'll go ahead and show off the purple set with our off-road. So now we have our off-road, and we'll go ahead and just take this weapon here, peg it in his hand. Again, this is a very smooth peg, so that's good. Well, not as smooth as it was on Alpha Bravo, but still definitely easier than some of the weapons I've seen with this set. But there you go. I really like this shade of purple. It looks really great. It's definitely got that that Decepticon purple feel to it. So that's good. Very nicely done. I do like this again as a weapon. It's not bad at all. So we'll go ahead and show him off with the Gatling gun. Hopefully that'll look better on him than it did on Alpha Bravo. Ooh, there we go. Because it definitely didn't feel like he was doing justice on Alpha Bravo. And that was just part of due to his articulation. So it's not really much difference with off-road, but we'll see what we can do. I want to see if the underhanded look will look better. Yeah, see, there you go. I don't know, maybe something like this. I think that looks a little better underhanded than doing it overhand. That's not bad. So there's how that Gatling gun works. It is a bit heavy, as you can see. His shoulder is having a bit of a trouble holding it up. I mean, if you want to get to a certain point, but then how is he going to shoot with that? So that is one issue, and also you can see he's having a little bit trouble standing. You want to get him that sweet spot, but not a bad looking weapon. Again, I think the purple really helps it out. But black's not bad either for weapons. You usually see weapons in black. You don't really see purple, Gatling guns and too many, war movies or documentaries and such. So something to note. So here you have Superion. You can see he does still have one of his combiner limb hands, and it's not a bad hand. Hasbro did a pretty good job for what it was, but here we have the perfect effect hand, and you can see it's a lot more flat, obviously. It's a little more finger-like. The fingers can go straight. The thumb I actually think I like better on the Hasbro one. This isn't a bad thumb, but this one just looks a little more thumb-like, just the way it curves and such. So that's cool. But this is definitely a pretty nice looking hand. There's a lot of good surface detail, as you can see, going on with the perfect effect hand. So it just pegs on exactly the same as it originally did with Superion. I want to get it in there. There you go. Very solid, nice and stiff. It's not going to go anywhere. And there you go. So there is the perfect effect hand versus the Hasbro hand. That's what I'm going to call it. And you can see the thumb is on a ball joint, and then the fingers are each individually on their own hinge. They have 2 hinges on each finger, so you can get some pretty cool poses out of them as far as, you know, rock and roll, giving you the finger, live long and prosper. Well, not really that one. Maybe not so much that one, just because it can't really split. But peace, you can do peace. So, yeah, you can see there's a lot you can do with these fingers. Pretty much your standard hand. So not bad. It's not a bad looking hand at all. You could definitely get more out of it than you could with the Hasbro styled hand. So I do like that. And I'm glad I have that upgrade for that. I think this hand is the flatness can be a bit off-putting at times. You can see it can look a bit awkward. But for the most part, I really think this is a pretty decent looking hand. And if you want to take his weapon, this is where things can probably get a little bit more tricky. I mean, he still has that peg hole there. So, or not peg hole, but he has like a gap in his hand. So you can grab onto the blaster, the what do you call it, the handle. But it is a bit trickier to get him to hold it just because it's not exactly a peg hole. It's just a slot, so it does slide around. So there is that. That's just something to note as well. So let's go ahead and check out the feet now. So go ahead and remove the combiner feet. And this one you can't really do a side-by-side comparison too much. I mean, you can show it like that. And yeah, you can see his foot is a lot bigger. The Perfect Effect one looks a lot bigger, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and remove the feet right now. And you can actually, I think, yeah, you can have him stand like that if you want. Then he has no feet. Pretty interesting. But take the Perfect Effect feet. There is a little tab, or a little peg right here. You just want to flip it up. It's on a ball joint. There you go. And let's see. I think this is the left foot, because the way the ball joint is, I think this is the left foot. So, we'll go ahead and put him on here, on our nice little air raid figure. Yeah, he just popped in half. There you go. So, got that in, I think. Actually, no, because you wouldn't want the foot to bend like that. No, you wouldn't. So, we'll go ahead and put him on our skydive figure. And we'll put him on here. There you go, there's one. Then take the other one. Then, where's that pig hole? I think I got it. Nope, I missed. Go. I'll make sure it's in there securely. There you go. And there is his big old honking feet now. It looks a bit weird because it does seem like the feet are, or the legs are now levitating at the ankles a tad in person. But it's not bad. It's not a bad looking foot, definitely. I think this definitely will help. I'm not really sure. I'd have to see with the Perfect Effect head upgrade, because my one concern is, I'll zoom out, the feet do seem a tad too big now, compared to the head at least. I mean, he's got some clownish feet, so we'll go ahead and zoom out and see what's... So I think I figured out the problem was why his feet looked so big before, is because I had him in the G1 configuration where you have the jet modes in the back. And I think when you have it in this configuration, it definitely makes the feet seem a little bit more normal size, because now, before it was really flat, so the feet seem like they're really popping forward. But now that you have it like this, they don't seem like that anymore. So, I don't know. I might keep them in this formation just because the feet do look a bit too big when you have it with all this sticking forward, but it's so flat. So it's hard to say what is a better look, but I think I might keep them in this configuration for a little while. I mean, I can always change it whenever I feel like it. It's, you know, it's going to be standing on my shelf. If I just feel like, hey, flip around the feet, I'll flip around the feet. But that's not bad. I think this is definitely another cool way to go about it. And maybe I'll just get used to the feet being a little bit bigger when he's got it flipped around. I'll just do it like that. I'm not too sure yet, but that is definitely one way you can go about it. So there you go. And just to get an idea of what they look like now, you can see Defensor is quite a bit shorter now, because these feet are a lot flatter and smaller, whereas those feet are a lot bigger and chunkier, and they really do add a good inch of height. Inch and a half maybe. It's a big difference. So if shelf space is an issue, that's something to think about, because originally I was going to have him on one of my shelves, And I did have them on that shelf, and I'm like, alright, this is where you're going to go, along with the other combiners. But then I was like, oh wait, I didn't have the combiner feet, the Perfect Effect feet on. So I was like, crap, that's not going to work. It's totally not going to fit. Because I thought about that, and I'm like, no, he's definitely going to be bigger. So I did have to rearrange my shelves. It actually did lead to a big project. I'm now rearranging like 2 shelves that are a lot different now. I mean, one of them, it was actually a good thing, because one of my shelves had a lot of stuff, but the width of the shelf wasn't quite enough to handle it. So shifting those shelves around did make the space a lot more efficient. I was able to fit a lot more on it, so that's good. But yeah, I did have to do a little work on my room for that. So there you go. That's something to think about. And you can see it is quite a bit of a height difference. The Fensor does seem quite significantly shorter now. And then there's a size comparison between Alpha Bravo and Superion. You can see that the feet do make quite a bit of an impact. Now, Superion seems a lot bigger than a Deluxe. Before, it was a good size difference. Now it's a huge size difference. That's like I said, a good inch and a half. So I think compared to Deluxe size, this is definitely the way to go. Get the feet if you think he should be bigger. So that's one way to go about it. But again, if you do want to have the feet on, I would suggest keeping them with the jets facing forward. It does make the feet look not quite as clownish, because they do look a bit clown-like when you have it with the flat part forward instead of having the wide part forward. So that's something to keep in mind. And here you can see I have all 3 of my combiners with the Perfect Effect upgrade kit, and they definitely improve from it. It's definitely something worth having, I think. So it's nice that we can have this better sized feet, better sized hands. Definitely it was the feet. The feet were bugging me with the smallness of them, but now we got big chunky old feet, so I'm happy to have that. And just for one more time, here again is a comparison. Here's Deluxe Off-Road and Deluxe Alpha Bravo. You can see where the scale is. Definitely a lot better. They're much more towering over them, like they should be, because combiners definitely tower over the rest of the Transformers. So glad they could do that, and glad that I have it. So nice little set. So anyways guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, as well as follow me on Twitter and Tumblr at Macation, and Instagram at MechaDivineHeart. You find all my pictures, these are purchases, who's making what's coming out, all that good stuff and more, plus little sets and scenes I make. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Until next time.